Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Very Versatile. I hope you all are doing well.
Today's video is about how to meal plan with few ingredients for busy work days. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Irrespective of whether we are a busy mother or an individual living by themselves or a busy professional, common goal that most of us have is to lead a healthy lifestyle, and eating home cooked nutritious meals is a very important part of that strive to lead a healthy lifestyle. So in today's video, I bring to you some ideas on how we can meal plan with very few ingredients in order to have quick and nutritious meals ready for ourselves as well as for our family if needed on busy work days. Now the idea of this meal plan is to put together both the meal planning as well as ingredient preparation part that needs to be taken care of during the weekends when we have some downtime. And instead of cooking everything and keeping and then reheating the food again and again, that may not be healthy. And in some countries where the climate is much warmer or there is high humidity, chances are the food might get spoiled, even if refrigerated. So it's best to meal plan and then prepare the ingredients in such a way that the dishes can be put together very quickly on busy work days. So let's dive in and take a close look at different ideas on how to meal plan with few ingredients. Now my tip number 1 is to use spinach. Spinach is a high source of iron and various other nutrients. It's also a green leafy vegetable, so for people who have low hemoglobin level, eating good quantities of spinach definitely helps. Spinach can be prepared in a way that it can be used in multiple different dishes. First thing we have to do for this is take a bundle or 2 bundles of spinach leaves and then blanch it in water. You have to blanch it for about 5 to 7 minutes just so all the nutrients don't leach out, but at the same time the spinach leaves get soft. Once the spinach has been blanched, let it cool and then grind it into a fine paste by adding some water to it. Use the same water which you've used to blanch the spinach because that has a lot of nutrients in it. There are 3 different meals or recipes you can create using the spinach puree. One is you can create palak paneer or spinach and cottage cheese curry. Now the second recipe for which we can use spinach puree is take some dosa batter and add about 2 tablespoons of spinach puree to about 2 tablespoons of dosa batter and whisk it well. Make a dosa out of it, and this is a very healthy option to have a quick meal. Option 3 is to create a whole wheat pasta recipe with spinach puree. Idea 2 uses chicken as the main ingredient. For those who are vegetarians, you can substitute chicken with either paneer or tofu or soya chunks as you prefer. With the chicken that I'm using today, I will be making 2 kinds of marinade with almost the same base marination. So let's take a look at this. The first part involves making a chicken malai tikka, which is very easy to prepare, especially the marination that is involved in it. The link will appear to your top right. Now today what I'm doing is I'm making chicken malai tikka and I'm also making the regular chicken tikka. Now if you want to make chicken tikka, the only difference in the marination is excepting the cream which I've added as almost the last ingredient in the marinade. Remove the cream from the marination steps and instead add a tandoori chicken masala. The next steps are exactly the same as malai tikka. You would need to put in the chicken chunks into the marinade and coat the chicken pieces really well and marinate the chicken for at least 3 hours or preferably overnight. Now if you are meal planning and prepping, since this involves chicken, and chicken is something that can actually get spoiled very easily even if it's refrigerated. My recommendation would be, if you are meal planning on Sunday and preparing this ingredient and keeping, it's best to use it by Tuesday latest. Now the chicken tikka can be used for making a very delectable wrap. So for the wrap here, I'm taking some flatbread, and or you could just use a very simple roti. Heat the roti or your flatbread on a tawa and just warm it up slightly. Now I'm using this avocado cilantro dressing and spreading some on the warmed up flatbread and spreading it evenly. Next steps in assembling the wrap is to evenly spread out the cilantro avocado dressing, followed by adding vegetables. So here I am adding the vegetables that I had most easily available, that is cucumber, some pieces of onions, few tomatoes, and a handful of lettuce leaves that have been finely chopped. And I'm topping these veggies with the chicken that I've just cooked, the chicken tikka. And then you just need to fold it, make it into a wrap, and your chicken tikka wrap is ready. So to save time, you can work in parallel. On one hand, you can cook the chicken tikka. Side by side, you can actually cut the veggies and prepare everything else. Now for my next idea, the main ingredient is paneer or cottage cheese. So part 1 is I would be making a paratha with the paneer filling that I'm putting together, and the same filling that I have put together can also be used as a filling for a sandwich. My idea number 4 uses eggs as the main ingredient. So whenever you're boiling eggs, it's good to boil a few extra ones, just because it can be consumed as is for a quick snack or as a breakfast option if you're running late, or it could also be used to make a quick egg curry if the egg is already boiled and ready to be used.
Heat some oil in a pan and add thinly sliced onions, ginger garlic paste and tomato. When this mix is fried well, add turmeric powder, salt to taste and chili powder. Add the boiled eggs and mix it well. Now cool the mixture and place it on top of thawed puff pastry sheets as shown here. Now fold the empty side of the puff pastry sheet over the filled side to form a rectangle and give it an egg wash as shown here. Bake the puffs at 400° Fahrenheit for 15 minutes.
For my next meal plan idea, the main ingredient here is potato. When you're boiling potatoes, it's always good to boil a few extra, say 1 or 2 extra potatoes, because that can be used to make a quick aloo ki sabzi, or you can use it for a quick filling in a sandwich. Now here I will be sharing with you the recipe for the potato filling. So in a pan, I would be adding some oil. Once the oil heats up, I would be adding some mustard seeds. Once they begin to crackle, I will add some curry leaves, some asafoetida or hing, a handful of crushed peanuts, few whole peanuts that are raw, followed by I would be adding some turmeric powder, some chopped green chilies. I would be adding some salt and some red chili powder. Mix it well. Add the boiled potatoes that have been mashed and broken up. Once the potatoes are added to the mixture, mix the potatoes with that masala really well, and also mash the potatoes if you feel there are lumps remaining. Now add some chopped coriander leaves and give it a good mix, and now you have your potato masala, which is ready really quickly. This potato masala can be put inside the palak dosa that I just showed you, and this makes for a very healthy and filling meal.
Now I'm not including all the recipes in today's video, but if there are particular recipes you are interested in, do comment below and let me know. I will make a future video with those recipes.
If you enjoyed watching today's video and my tips gave you ideas on how to meal plan and put together nutritious dishes on busy work days with very few ingredients, don't forget to like and share my video and also subscribe to my channel, Miss Very Versatile. My social media handles are Miss Very Versatile. Let's connect and be friends.